NBA fans, listen up.
There's a new show in town. Join Alan.
Go Mello, go Nuggets, go Knicks if it benefits Chauncey and Mello. You know what, Chauncey? Screw Chauncey.
Whoa. And Derek, when you made it to the Western Conference Finals, you weren't giving it 110%? Are you kidding me?
Get all your NBA news and analysis, and of course, your weekly fix of all things Nuggets.
For the game. Is an assassin.
Hang time on GoMileHigh.com.
I'm Ellie the Mammoth, and my friend Sid the Sloth knows what being a great parent is all about.
I love kids.
It starts with believing you can do it.
I'm responsible, loving, nurturing.
You've got to set a good example.
Hey, no biting.
And give a whole lot of love.
I love you so much.
And you'll get a whole lot back, too. The rest? Well, that's up to you. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
She's the baddest chick I ever seen. Oh, the type you only see in dreams.
Welcome back to the Press Box. GoMileHigh.com. Ronnie K. Sitting here with Trooper Johnson, Todd Hatfield, and former head coach Frank Burns of the NWBA. And we're just chatting a little long about the organization, and you guys just run just a fantastic event that's going on all this weekend. You guys started on Thursday, correct?
Started on Thursday, 8 a.m.
Yep.
Wall
and you
to wall
guys run
basketball.
all the way till Sunday.
Exactly.
And then all your championships for the majority of your divisions will go on Sunday. Is that correct?
We have 3 championship contests on Saturday, 3 on Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right. And this is all going down at the Gold Crown Fieldhouse, which is just off Harlan and Alameda. Basically, right next to the All-Star Field, the Kelly McGregor All-Star Field, which is right off Alameda, so you can't miss it. And there's plenty of parking, a totally free event. And it's just a fantastic deal. You walk in, and like you said, there's just games everywhere with women's and men's and kids, adults, and it's just a fantastic deal.
It's a true celebration of our sport.
Yeah. Trooper, let's talk to you a little bit about your coaching. Are you coaching a team right now that's in the tournament?
Yeah, I have a prep team, so my little Smurfs are out there hopefully right now. Doing well. They had a rough tournament. Last year they were the national champions, and then a couple kids aged out of the prep division. And it's a rebuilding year for us, definitely. They came in with high hopes, but unfortunately other teams have come in a little bit stronger. So
yeah.
I've had the pleasure of watching Trooper's team, and they're wide-eyed. They know who Trooper is. They know his resume, and they're sitting there wide-eyed every time he yells at them, and it's an honor to get yelled at him.
It's an honor to get yelled at by you.
He never liked it when I yelled at him when he was a player, and the funniest thing was seeing him and another former player, David Kiley, who they were both on U.S. teams, rival kids coaching against each other, and both of these guys were yelling at the kids just like I used to yell at them. And it was very funny to see. I reminded him about that afterwards, that sometimes when you're on the bench, you have to do that.
Well, and that's fantastic for you to be an idol to these kids, because you have the long resume, and now you're coaching them. And, we got I heard over the break that you have a story. They had a big press release that you had they talked about the biggest three-point shot that you hit. Can you explain that a little bit?
Generally throughout my career, I've been known pretty much as a three-point shooter. And then 7 years ago, my wife and I had triplets. And I didn't know it, but there was a press release on the NWBA website that said Trooper Johnson hit the biggest three-point shot of his life. And it was just pretty funny.
We all nicknamed the kids Trey, Trace, and Twa. Trying to think of 3 in all different languages.
Well, there you go.
So, but he's truly blessed with these 3 kids, and he deserves it after all the work he put in to develop the sport. One of my favorite stories about Trooper as a player was also the bravest. We were in the finals in '98 in Sydney, Australia, against the Netherlands, and prior to that game, we had a team physician who also happened to be an acupuncturist, and he never told us, but his shoulder was hurt. So we'd gone seen the acupuncturist, him and my starting point guard. And I go over there, he has a 1-foot needle through his arm, and the point guard has a 1-foot needle through the through the wrist. They were getting acupuncture before, but it turned out he had a torn a rear deltoid, but he played through it. We asked the doctor if he could, and he said he should be fine. But he hit the winning free throws. We won the game by 2, but he very confidently went to the line in a big defensive struggle and won us the world championship.
Wow.
And that's one of my favorite, bravest story. I became a fan. I was a fan of his before, but I became a lifetime fan. And I'm sure his kids will pick up on his gutsiness too, because, as flamboyant as he is sometimes, he is a tough, gutsy player. And there's a lot of them down there, and everybody has their own story, and they should come on down and see the new troopers, the new generations.
Trooper, tell the listeners about how you had your juniors pull up. Was it a bus or a truck?
No, it's a truck. Every year we have a pretty aggressive cross-training program throughout the summer. And, they do a ton of miles. We have them riding between 6.5 and 10 miles on bikes, on hand crank bicycles in the mornings on Saturdays. And then they go from there. They have to push about a mile to the gym in their wheelchairs across this really trash road. So it makes them really kind of work it even more. And then they get in the gym, and they're in the gym working out for 2.5 hours. And so this is every Saturday throughout the summer.
Wow.
And then at the end of the summer program, we finish it off by having a truck pull, and we get them all lined up, and we stretch out the pull ropes, and they have to pull a truck across an outdoor basketball court, and it's just an amazing thing.
In their wheelchair.
In their wheelchairs, and it's an amazing thing. And it's one of those things where the kids, the first time we lined it up, I didn't tell them that we were going to do that. We were finishing practice. I opened the back doors and I said, "Okay, come on out here, guys." And they're all coming out, and there's this truck sitting there with these tow ropes laid out, and I go, "Let's hook you up." And it was great. I mean, just watching them, it was something that when they're looking at you, they're thinking you're crazy and you're, I don't even know, but after they did it, it was such a motivating thing for them to be able to go back to their school. And when kids are like, "Well, what did you do?" It's like, "Man, I pulled a truck."
Man, I pulled a truck
Can't
today.
you imagine the people that drove by and thought that
Seeing all
Trooper
these
was
kids.
abusing kids
yeah.
in wheelchairs, making them pull a truck?
Exactly. Yeah, I heard a lot of stories about how you can't do that to those kids. It's like, I didn't do anything.
And
They
it shows the hard work that they put in and the dedication over the summer. So we're going to come back with some more from Trooper head coach Frank Burns and executive director Todd Hatfield. That's all coming up next on the next hour of the Press Box. GoMileHigh.com.
You're listening to GoMileHigh.com. Oh. We may not be perfect, but we love sports. GoMileHigh.com. Colorado sports lifestyle. Catch your breath.
Welcome to the Press Box.
The 49ers, where he's going to be drafted by Harbaugh or whatever.
Right, and then favors go in a circle, and all of a sudden, President Newton.
I just had an awesome thought on the radio right there. That was just great.
Recorded live in Lakewood, Colorado, the Press Box is your source for online sports news and updates.
You basically trade away Jay Cutler for Kyle Orton and some draft picks.
Don't forget Peyton Hillis.
And Peyton
Brady
Hillis.
Quinn.
And then you bring and then your next step is you trade Peyton Hillis away for Brady Quinn, and then you draft a quarterback.
Daily, 3 to 5 p.m.
4 good reasons that you can postpone a game. 1, your roof collapses. 2, Hurricane Katrina. 3, terrorist attacks. And then 4, lightning.
The Press Box brings you all the latest sports news only on GoMileHigh.com. Who's the best player you got?
Somebody gonna be mad at me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to put you on the spot here. You can say yourself.
I mean,
take it easy out.
Yeah, I am probably the best player.
The Press Box, 3 to 5 p.m. on GoMileHigh.com.